I uploaded a short about how Enzo Fernandez was speaking to a couple of journalists, reporters, interviewers about the departure of Enzo Maresca, right? And I was saying this even when he originally got sacked, or they departed, or they mutually agreed to part ways. It was all about whether or not Maresca had control of which players were able to come in. I mean, I feel like that's really all he wanted. And the players were really playing for him, and they had the identity that a lot of Chelsea fans were asking for. What does Enzo Maresca bring to this Chelsea team? He was bringing an identity to this team. And now that Liam Rosenior has taken charge, generally from the beginning of this calendar year, Chelsea have not only lost that identity, they don't deserve to be anywhere near the top four. Let alone they should be a mid-table team scrapping to get to that 40-point mark. Like this is how bad they have been, right? People are saying that if Enzo Maresca was still here, he would be struggling. I don't think he would be struggling as much as people think. Why do I say this? Is because I believe the rough patch of form was really during the Christmas period. And that's when, unfortunately, all the comments came out about the last 48 hours. It was bad for him. The worst that it's been at the club. He wasn't backed when he asked for certain players in the summer transfer window. And now that Liam Rosenior is here, he has basically 5, 6 months to get this team Champions League football. One route is already gone. You got knocked out of the Champions League. Now you have to qualify it for it via league positioning. Are they going to do that? If Aston Villa win the Europa League, then Chelsea, if they still are in sixth by the end of the season, will get a Champions League spot, which is pretty fucking crummy if you ask me. Why do we have to get the last resort in order to get to the Champions League? So if I'm reading quotes from players regarding Enzo Maresca, Levi Colwell said he was tactically light years ahead of others. Enzo said that he had a very clear identity. He had a clear way of how he wanted to play, and he would make it known if you weren't playing to how he wanted you to play, which is why people said the shackles were on them. But our best football in this ownership was under Enzo Maresca, and that's a fact. Gusto said that the tactical approach versus PSG was wrong, which it was. And Enzo said that they were tactically outclassed versus PSG. That's the difference. Tactically, Enzo Maresca knew how to play against the big teams. It was the smaller teams that he had an issue breaking down, right? But you're playing against PSG. You needed a manager like him in that tie. Liam Rosenior stood no chance. And more than likely, Liam Rosenior will not be here at the end of the season. And it makes you question, should they have really sacked him? No. Same with Thomas Tuchel.